Namaskar and welcome to ABME Biosciences. So today I'll be teaching about the principal lipids present in the biomembranes, which are abundantly present in all the biomembranes in the eukaryotes. Okay, so let's first talk about phospholipids. So in general, phospholipid is a generic term. Phospholipids contains one phosphate head group and two acyl chains. Let me draw a picture, it will be clear to you. So I hope generally when you see a membrane, biomembrane or phospholipid bilayer, you will be observing this kind of a structure where this is the phosphate head group and these two are acyl chains or hydrocarbon molecules or hydrocarbon chains, you can say. Now this is called phospholipids. Now this phospholipid can be divided into several classes because biomembranes do not only enclose this phospholipid but it consists of several types of phospholipids. Okay, so three classes are, as you can see, first one is phosphoglycerides, second one is sphingolipids, and third one is sterols. So one by one I will go and I will tell you what is the difference in their structure and why they are called so, and in between I will be telling you few important MCQ type questions which will be helping in your several exams. So let us first consider this structure. So these two, as you can understand, I hope, this is the acyl chains or hydrocarbon chains. Okay, so these acyl chains are now, you can see here, this group connected here. This is called glycerol. Okay, so glycerol is connected with two hydrocarbon chains. So up to this, if you consider, if you do not see this phosphate group or remove this phosphate group, this is called diacyl glycerols. These are very important in your cell signaling process. They are very important cell messenger or messenger molecules. Now that I will be telling you in separate class. So this is what? This glycerol. Sorry. So glycerol, two acyl chains, and this is, as you can see, this is phosphate group. So this is the phosphate head group and these two are acyl chains connected here with glycerol. Now this is the basic structure of a phospholipid which will be called as phosphoglycerides. Okay, so this is the most abundant class of phospholipids present in the biomembrane. Very important. Most abundant class of phospholipids is called phosphoglycerides. Now, several groups can be attached with these phosphate groups and name and nature of the lipid will be changed. Okay. Here, serine is attached. Then it will be called as phosphatidyl serine. Likewise, if you attach choline, it will be called phosphatidyl choline. If you attach ethanolamine, it will be called phosphatidyl ethanolamine, and likewise inositol. So serine, choline, ethanolamine and inositol. These groups can be attached here with the phosphate group and then it will be called as phosphatidyl choline, serine, ethanolamine and inositols. So here one important thing, this phosphatidyl choline is the most abundant phosphoglyceride in the biomembrane. Very important for your MCQ questions. So phosphatidylcholine is most important. And one more thing I want to say, but this serine and inositol carry a single negative charge. Remember that. Now coming to a separate section of phosphoglyceride. We are within phosphoglyceride now also. You can see this structure. If you carefully observe this glycerol part, here you will be seeing the difference. So here both the acyl chains are attached or joined by ester linkages. But in case of this one, it is the first carbon of the glycerol is attached with ether linkage, which is COC, ether linkage, and this second carbon is attached with ester linkage. So one hydrocarbon chain is attached with ether linkage, another one is ester linkage. Now, interestingly, ether linked lipids are more stable and more tolerant towards adverse conditions. So this kind of lipid are present in heart and brain cells. Okay, and this have a name, plasmalogens. So remember that one will be ether linked, one will be ester linked. Phosphate group will be there, and these things will be attached to anyone. But it will be called then plasmalogens rather than phosphoglycerides. So the class is phosphoglyceride, but the nature is plasmalogen, or you can say specific crucial part of lipid. Now we are coming to second class of phospholipids, that is sphingolipids. So here also two chains are there, but the group which is present is sphingosine. Okay, so sphingosine. So here it was glycerol, but in this class of lipid, it is attached to the two acyl chains attached with sphingosine. Sphingosine is an amino alcohol. Now, this structure, two acyl chains, one sphingosine, one phosphate, is called sphingomyelin. Very important name, most abundant sphingolipid. Remember that. Sphingomyelin is the most abundant sphingolipid and present in nerve tissues. Okay. Another one, if you see so, or if you consider that, this phosphate group can be removed or can be attached with this total part, this up to sphingosine, two acyl chains can be attached with glucose molecule, which will be called as, then the name will be glucocerebroside. Simplest sphingolipid. So most simple sphingolipid is glucocerebroside, where one molecule of glucose is attached with sphingosine and two acyl chains. Now if you say so for the complex of sphingolipids, then example is gangliosides. It is the most complex sphingolipid. Okay, so this, and one more thing, when it is attached with glucose, it is called, or glucose or glycogen molecules, it is called glycolipids. So glycolipid is a type which is under the class of sphingolipid. So glycolipids are a type of sphingolipids. Okay, remember this. These are very crucial concepts which you need to be clear of. So this is the kind of things I have told you already. Most abundant sphingolipid, most simplest sphingolipid, and complex sphingolipid. Remember that. Now coming to sterols. Sterols are a very important component of biomembranes. So this is made up of cholesterol and its components. So sterols are four-membered ring structure. Okay, as you can see. Interestingly, it is an amphipathic molecule. Amphipathic means both hydrophobic as well as hydrophilic. Why? Because this hydroxyl group can interact with water. That's why it acts as an amphipathic molecule. But if you ask me, then it alone can make a biomembrane. What is the need of other phospholipids or other phosphoglycerides or sphingolipids? Not the case. It is not possible because this cholesterol or sterols are too much hydrophobic. If they form a biomembrane, which is not possible actually, it will be too much hydrophobic and there will be clashes between the molecules. So it will not be a stable biomembrane. That's why it not formed. So it is intercalated in between the biomembrane with the help of or with association of that phosphoglyceride, sphingolipids, and other also proteins and other things. May present in some prokaryotes. What type of prokaryotes? I will tell you the name. Mycoplasma. Yes, mycoplasma is a prokaryote where the membrane contains sterols. Okay, this is exception. Remember that for your MCQ questions. Now, if the sterol which is present in the animal cells membrane, if it is present in case of plant, it is called stigmasterol. Whereas in case of yeast or fungi, it is called ergosterols. Okay. Now, what are the derivatives of this sterol? What is the direct help in our body? You know that bile, in preparation of biles, this sterols has very important role. Okay. Apart from that, steroid hormones, apart from that, a very important hedgehog signaling. This is particularly important in case of developmental processes where these sterols play a very vital role by interacting with these hedgehog signaling molecules. So this sterol, as you can see, is very important component. It also gives fluidity to the membranes. Somewhat temperature controlled behavior is also given by these sterols. Okay, so it also supports support to the membrane as well as temperature controlled behavior. So membrane fluidity is also contributed by this particular class of lipid. So I hope I have cleared your concept to some extent. If you think you have understood the class and it somehow helped you clear concept, then please like, share and subscribe, because these things stimulate me to perform better and to prepare more better classes for you guys so that the concept can be cleared as crystal. Thank you.